another edition of Clayton's Classroom. This first portion of the classroom, I'd like to introduce Clayton Nolte to be speaking about what is structured water. Hello, Clayton, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me well from Hawaii?
Yes, we hear you very well. I do. I can hear you well.
Thank you. So what is structured water? Structured water is water that is organized. And if you think about this, most water that people drink today that's not structured, basically most bottled water and tap water, no matter where you are in the world, is let's see, it has a high viscosity or water tension, and the molecular clusters or clusters of water molecules in most bottled water, again, and surface water, it ranges from thousands to tens of thousands of water molecules in a cluster. And your body has to make that usable. So when you consume that water, it has to be broken down to a place of what the cell can receive. And a cell can receive an individual water molecule at one time. And if you want to look this up, it's called the aquaporin channel. It is a channel within the cell that allows for hydration. And that channel can only receive one water molecule at a time, and it cannot carry anything physical or anything electrical with it. So here we go. How does your body get water into that state? It does it through an enormous amount of energy. So an enormous amount of energy is expended to make the water usable. And I would say if you could convert that energy to electricity, you could light your house up for a month, for a month's time in one day's extension to make the water usable at your cellular level. So, structured water, what is it? Structured water brings water to a place of instant hydration. Structuring reduces the clusters of water molecules down between 5 to 20 molecules per cluster, and when those clusters are passing through your body at a cellular level, the cell is commanding hydration. A cluster will come up to the cell and open up like a train. And when you look at this, you can Google aquaporin channel, and it will show you like a cartoon, basically, where the molecules come into the cell one at a time. And that molecule cannot carry anything physical or anything electrical with it, which means all the food you eat, all the water you drink, goes out your elimination system. So what feeds your cells? What feeds your cells is the food you eat is broken down, and the charge of the energy of the food you eat, the vitamin A, vitamin C, all the minerals, it rides on the outside of the water molecule and is made available at the cellular level. So it's energy that feeds your cells. And so again, what structuring does is structuring reduces the clusters of the water, making it small enough and easily accessible at the cellular level. The other really big thing that structuring does is it neutralizes all toxins in the water. This is a fact of nature. But nature, the natural hydrological cycle, which is the way that nature would structure the water, surface water, is water being evaporated, going up into the clouds, coming back as rain. That's the natural way of structuring water. What natural action technologies units do is they provide you with instant hydration. Structuring the water brings the water into a place of instant hydration. And all the food you eat and all the everything that you consume, the energies of that food right on the outside of the water molecule and are made instantly available at the cellular level. And this is basically structuring. So, again, all toxins are neutralized and all nutrients are enhanced and made available for the cells to be to grow and to multiply and for us to be fully energized. And think about this: that energy that would normally be extended to make the water usable can now be used at the cellular level again. It boosts your immune system. It makes you alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic. It is energizing and gives you all the benefits of longevity, health, and well-being. So that's structured water. There's several other attributes. The water is dense and more dense than regular water. The pH is brought into a normal level, which is between 7.25 and 7.45, which is the alkalinity that the human element needs in order to function and function well. Let's see, what else can I say about structured water? Well, actually, there's 43 attributes, and we only talk about 3 or 4 at the most. So, and we're in that stage of further study is required. So, let's get on with the questions.
Very good. First question I have is in New York. D'Agostino is the name.
Hi. Good evening.
Oh.
I have a few questions. And let's start with, if I may, with concussion and stroke and mild traumatic brain injury. What can you say to that?
Are you on the line, Tim?
Yes, I am.
You want to take that one?
Sure.
This is Tim Tula. He's our research analyst, and he has a very significant, let's say, understanding of the human element in all this. So go ahead, take it over, Tim.
Well, in any of those situations that you're just asking about, we have a degradation of, oxygenation to the body, and what structuring is doing is bringing oxygenation to the whole body as well as each individual cell. So in any of those situations, it will lift up the energetics and bring cellular activity back into a good spot. And as most doctors would agree, it's a lot about bringing quality oxygenation to the cells. Does that help you with that?
Yes. Now, how could somebody with TBI would there be precautions necessary, like using maybe introducing the water slowly? Or
sure, you can always start off slow with this and make your way, little by little.
Yeah, how would that? What would the quantity be? What would you suggest?
Well, a couple ounces, and you can see what happens. And like with using the unit for breathing, maybe a few breaths and see what happens. Generally, there's the highest percentage of goodness happening. So like 98, 99% of people have excellent responses.
Mm-hmm. A couple of ounces per day?
Well, actually, creating a hydration cycle throughout the day would be a very good idea. So we try to think about hydration in terms of a sponge. If you could visualize a hard sponge, and areas of the body that are undergoing stress or problems a lot of times become unreachable or hardened. So we want to start getting that sponge wet and soaking it. Not so much that the water is just dripping and running right off, but slowly saturating it so that it's nice and moist and damp. And so creating a routine of hydration throughout the day is really helpful. Like we've done little experiments here where we all start drinking just even 4 ounces of water every half hour. And that little bit really keeps the whole system going.
Mhm. And when you talk about sponge, you actually mean applying a sponge and putting on the lips, or on?
No. Excuse me. It's like just a picture to picture the way the body would work.
Oh, okay.
So essentially, think of the body being hydrated in a moist sponge fashion, so that all the cells are receiving hydration, and therefore being able to work at their best level.
Yeah.
And so if you just gulp down lots of water, a lot of it doesn't get processed.
Yeah.
And it's just like pouring a huge load on a hard sponge. It needs to settle in, but if you put too much on it, it's just going to run off. So giving a nice steady inflow tends to create a hydration cycle and turn on the water mechanisms of the body.
Yeah.
Which is just about every process going in the body. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
So little by little, and in that manner you can start to create a better hydration for the person, any person.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you suggest that kind of introduction also for other purposes? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well,
like
I
what?
was thinking of eyesight, glasses, prescriptions, glasses, glaucoma, astigmatism,
Absolutely.
eye floaters, cataracts, macular degeneration.
Absolutely. In fact, actually, a distributor here that just called us, Scott Turner, and he was talking about how he's just put structured water in Ziploc bags and put them on areas of the body that are in pain or not doing so well, and hold them on there for 10 minutes, and how amazing the body tends to improve, as that structured water has the ability to go to those areas and add balanced energy. So you could use it like that, even as a external application. Or we worked with just spraying it to the eyelid or in the eyes very gently, and it definitely helps to create a better eye solution and balance out problems.
Even cataracts and macular degeneration this way?
Well, those are also, good to look at in terms of the whole person as well.
Yeah.
So you really want to get some help there with scanning the body for any toxins that may be around.
Yeah.
And that would include chemical, metal, pathogenic toxins. So when you find those and then you clear those out, the water is going to assist you even in that.
Right.
So make sure you get to a really good practitioner, and that they help you with, finding those things out, so that you can clear those things.
So you would need a detox.